Hello. This week, as we know, it is Mother's Day. That would be on Sunday. So, in celebration of that day, I am going to read you 3 books about moms. The first book is called Koala Lou. There once was a baby koala, so soft and round that all who saw her loved her. Her name was Koala Lou. The emu loved her. The platypus loved her, and even the little koala claws next door loved her. But it was her mother who loved her most of all. 100 times a day she would laugh and shake her head and say, "Oh, Koala Lou, I do love you." Whenever she stretched in the early morning sun, or climbed a gum tree, or bravely went down the path all by herself, her mother would smile and say, "Koala Lou, I do love you." The years passed and other koalas were born, brothers and sisters for Koala Lou. Soon her mother was so busy she didn't have time to tell Koala Lou that she loved her, although of course she did. Every night, as she curled up under the stars, Koala Lou thought about the times when her mother had looked at her and said, "Koala Lou, I do love you," and she longed for her to say it again. One night Koala Lou had a splendid idea. Preparations had begun for the Bush Olympics. She would enter the Olympics. She would compete in the gum tree climbing event, and she would win, and her mother would fling her arms around her neck and say again, "Koala Lou, I do love you." Koala Lou began her training right away. She jogged and puffed and lifted weights and panted. She hung from a branch with one claw at a time until she ached. She did push-ups till her stomach hurt, and last of all she climbed the tallest tree that she could find, over and over and over again. Sometimes her mother would watch her and ask, "How are you doing, Blossom?" "Fine, just fine," Koala Lou would reply. At last the day of the Bush Olympics arrived. Koala Claus had also entered the gum tree climbing event, and everyone knew how fast she was, but Koala Lou wasn't scared. She saw her mother in the crowd and imagined her saying again, "Koala Lou, I do love you," her heart filled with hope. It was Koala Claus who went first. Her climb was a record-breaking 22 meters in 70 seconds flat. The spectators whistled and cheered wildly and waved their party hats. "Can I do better than that?" wondered Koala Lou. "I must." As she stepped towards the tree, a hush fell over the crowd. "On your mark," said the kookaburra. "Get set, go!" Koala Lou leapt onto the tree. Up and up and up she climbed, higher and higher and higher, faster and faster and faster, until there she was, right at the very top. The spectators roared and clapped and stamped their feet. But she wasn't fast enough. In spite of all of her training and all of her hoping, it was Koala Claus who won the gum tree climbing. Koala Lou came in second. Koala Lou went off and hid. She heard the shouts of the Bush Olympics and cried her heart out. When the first stars of evening appeared in the sky, Koala Lou crept home through the dark and up into the gum tree. Her mother was waiting for her. Before she could say a word, her mother had flung her arms around her neck and said, "Koala Lou, I do love you. I always have, and I always will." And she hugged her for a very long time. And that is the end. The next book is called "Oh, My Baby Little One." Oh, my baby little one, the hardest thing I do is hold you tight, then let you go and walk away from you. But even when I'm far away, this love I have will stay and wrap itself around you every minute of the day. So blow a kiss and wave goodbye, my baby, don't you cry. This love is always with you, like the sun is with the sky. It sits upon your shoulder while you sing a happy song. Clap your hands and tap your toes. This love will sing along. It nestles in your pocket and makes itself so small that when you're busy playing, you won't notice it at all. But still this love is with you, like the leaves are with the trees, like the sand is with the sandbox, like the kite is with the breeze. It slips inside your lunchbox and underneath your cap. When your teacher reads a storybook, it settles on your lap. And when it's time to take a nap, shh, don't make a peep. This love will curl up close to you and keep watch while you sleep. It snuggles on your pillow and later on your sleeve. Now stretch your fingers, rub your eyes. This love will never leave. It stays beside you always through everything you do. And you might be surprised to know this love is with me too. It nestles in my collar while I get my day's work done. I hear it whisper in my ear, my baby little one. It might hide inside my desk drawer or slip inside my shoe, but still it's always with me. It stays the whole day through. It curls around my coffee cup and perches on my chair. It doesn't matter where I go, this love is everywhere. But oh baby, little one, the sweetest thing I do is sweep you up and hold you tight and come back home to you. And that is the end. Okay, the last book is I Love You, the Purplest. Early in the evening, the brothers and their mama finished supper in the sturdy red cabin and set out to fish. The lake slowed its thrashing to a soft, even beat. The mosquitoes dipped low to the water and the water bugs skittered on top. The moon glowed on one side of the lake while the sun shimmered on the other. It was the time when fishing was the best. Max exploded from the cabin, twirling the shovel in front of him. Mama came next, and then Julian. Julian shut the cabin door tightly to keep it safe from burglars and bears. Julian scooped the dirt to find the fastest worms. Max jumped on the shovel and flung dirt in the air until a tangle of worms filled his can. "Mama, who has the most worms?" he asked. Mama smiled. "Max, your can is so full of the liveliest worms, and Julian, your can has the juiciest." Max, Julian, and Mama stepped into the small wooden boat. Julian took one oar and Max took the other. Julian planted his blue boots wide and took deep, even strokes. Max braced his red boots against the ribs of the boat and stroked quickly through the water. The brothers' faces were hot, and they gulped at the air. Julian gasped, "Mama, who's the best rower?" Mama's eyes grew soft. "Well, Julian, you took the deepest strokes, and Max, your strokes were fastest." The three fished until stars sprinkled the sky and water turned dark as night. In the end, Mama caught one fish, Julian caught one fish, and Max caught 3. "I'm the best fisherman!" cried Max, hoisting his fish in the air. Julian pushed his hat brim low on his face. 3 fish! What a bountiful fisherman you are," said Mamma. "And Julian, you're the cleverest. Your fish hid in the weeds, but you waited. When your bobber jerked in the water, you kept your pole high and you reeled in a fine fat fish." When the fishing and the baths and the stories were done, Mamma tucked the brothers into bed. Julian slept in the top bunk, and she reached up to kiss him good night. "Mamma," whispered Julian, his hands forming a tunnel around her ear, "who do you love the best?" Mamma thought for a minute, and then she whispered, "Why, Julian, I love you the bluest. I love you the color of a dragonfly at the tip of a wing. I love you the color of a cave in its deepest hidden part, where grizzly bears and bats curl up until night. The mist of a mountain, the splash of a waterfall, the hush of a whisper." The breath in Julian's chest grew and grew and grew until he couldn't hold it any longer, and then came out a long, velvety sigh. Mamma crouched low to the bunk where Max slept. Max wiggled his fingers for Mamma to come close. He whispered, "Mamma, who do you love the best?" "Why, Max, I love you the reddest. I love you the color of the sky before it blazes into night. I love you the color of a leopard's eye when it prowls through the jungle, and the color of a campfire at the edge of the flame. A wide open hug, the swirl of a magic cape, the thunder of a shout." The smile on Max's face grew and grew until his cheeks couldn't hold it in. Then it came out in a big, thundery laugh. Later in the evening, the brothers and their mamma slept. One on the top bunk, glowing like the evening moon, one on the bottom bunk, shimmering like the evening sun, and Mamma in the big bed dreaming of the boys she loved best. And that is the end. I wish every mom a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day, especially in these times. You guys are our heroes, and we all love you. Bye.